Questions are continuing to surround the circumstances of Twisha's death. Attention is turning not just to the medicines found in her prescription, but also to the timeline of the investigation itself. Forensic experts say when a body remains unattended for several days before a postmortem is conducted, natural decomposition can significantly complicate the investigation. So what happens to a body after several days, and why does a delayed postmortem pose such a major challenge for investigation? Well, we of course are going to tell you these details about what the postmortem report has revealed. Let's quickly put those out. Antemortem hanging, of course, by ligature. This is something that the postmortem revealed. Also, antemortem multiple injuries as well. Antemortem, remember, of course, refers to before death. So those injuries have also come out in Twisha's postmortem report. Antemortem injuries possibly by blunt force over parts of the body, especially hands and ears are there as well. Also, blood and viscera samples have ruled out any sort of concomitant intoxication. That's something that has been ruled out by this postmortem report. She also underwent medical termination of the pregnancy 1 week before death. That is something also that the postmortem is indicating. Ligature material not provided to doctors as yet though. So these of course are some details coming out. Dr. Rahul Bhargav is also with us now on the broadcast, and in fact we're going to put the question to him, of course, on the results of this postmortem and what he makes of it. He's Principal Director and Chief of Hematology at FMRI. Dr. Bhargav, your first inference of the postmortem, also the doubts, the question marks that the family has raised as well on it.
So first of all, we have to realize that fact that the dead bodies never tells you lie. They always speak truth. And with that, we need to have eyes and the ears to pick up the truth from the deceased person. And at this present moment of time, what has been shown that there has been a ligature mark on the neck or the nylon belt which has been found, and some previous history of abortion a couple of weeks back. But what has been there is that antemortem, it is hanging by death. The rest of this is all speculation. What has driven a person to hang themselves? There is nothing. I mean, it can also tell you that was hanged after the death or before the death. But what it shows is that it was done before. So it has been a case of hanging by death, and that is what the postmortem reveals at this moment of time. The rest is all speculation and rhetorics between the families, what needs to be done, what has driven to the person to this extent.
Do you see a need for a second postmortem? The family is asking for a second postmortem. Do you believe that need is there?
Always a suspicion whenever the findings are contrary to what you have been believing, we tend to demand for second opinions and other things and a second postmortem. So I think what is required to understand that we have to have faith from All India Institute of Medical Sciences where the postmortem was done, which is the government authorities, and we need to have almost a blind trust to these authorities who does postmortem. And we have to also realize this fact that neither of these things can be influenced by any of the parties on the forensic part of it. So we keep forensic people of highest credibility in the system, and people can ask for the second opinions, that's their right, but it is up to the government and the government bodies to go for it, to search all the doubts being kept into the family's mind, because both the parties will have their own versions of either domestic violence and so on and so forth, the injuries, the bruises. They have to be all interpreted from the circumstantial evidences of where the body has been found and what has been going on in the past 2 weeks to understand the bruises. And to such an extent that the bruises, the color of the bruises can also tell you how the injury and when was the time of the injury.
And then of course there will be questions on whether another postmortem can actually be accurate or not, because it is being done after so many days, of course, of the death occurring. All right, I have to leave it at that. We've run out of time. Dr. Bhargav, thank you for joining us with your perspective. Let's take a short break.